What the narcissist doesn't know, you know. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, what the narcissist doesn't know that you know, they don't know that you've figured out what narcissism is. They don't know that you've healed or that you are healing. They don't know that you've seen behind the mask. They don't know that you've either implemented boundaries or you are about to. You see, they don't know that you're acquiring wisdom. This is something they try to keep from you. The narcissist wanted to use you and keep you stuck in that low vibrational state. They wanted to use you as a fuel source for as long as you would stay tethered to them. And they, the narcissists, plural, they were in control until when? That's right, until they weren't. And then when they weren't, that is an irreversible change, which means once you get the wisdom, you can't unsee what you've seen, and you are now in control. This is why in so many videos I've created over the years, I suggest strongly to go no contact, to block that person, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them, if not now, when. If you've identified that someone that you were in a relationship with or perhaps still are communicating with is toxic, why? Why are you continuing to give them more and more chances to abuse you, to manipulate you, to trap you, to trick you, to steal your time, your energy, your belief in yourself and your resources and your ideas and your purpose? The narcissist collects people. They collect information. They collect broken hearts. They collect relationships. They collect money. The narcissist, at their core, they are a hoarder. Now, what that means is, and by no means am I saying that every person who is a hoarder is a narcissist and vice versa. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the narcissist likes to collect. They like to hoard information. They like to gobble up people's mindsets and gobble up people's beliefs and plant seeds of doubt in these people's minds. And what the narcissist doesn't know that you know is that you can see now what you couldn't see before. What you see now is the different nuances and the different levels and layers of humanity that are out there. Way back when, you thought that most people thought the way you thought. You thought that most people were kind, loving, stable, healthy people, and that had your best interest at heart. Well, now you know that there are many different types of people out there, not just with their physical features or their intellectual capabilities, but with their mindset and with what they do. You see, the narcissist is calculated. They run around on a script, that script that comes from way down below in the underworld, that script that keeps telling them, you are not enough. You need to destroy. You need to trap. You need to steal. You need to take. You didn't make your quota this month. You didn't make your quota this week. You're getting sloppy. You're getting old. You're getting lazy. The wrinkles are appearing on your face. You are becoming the aging narcissist. You see, things like these continue to haunt the narcissist, and they will until their very last breath. These are things you're not supposed to know, but you're learning them. You see, the narcissist is hollow. They're shallow. They're riddled with anxiety. They're a bottomless pit. They have a huge void within them, and that void must be filled with what is known as supply. Now, I told you over the last 5 years, what supply is. Supply can be anything. It can be a person. It can be a phone call, it can be a text, it can be getting a promotion, it can be making sure someone doesn't get a promotion. It can be sabotaging someone's wedding, not showing up at their birthday. It can be intentionally giving somebody a flat tire. It can be intentionally knowing that someone is ill and they're not checking in on them in the hospital. It can be taking the 401k over and forging someone else's name so that other person doesn't have any say in the assets. You see, this is what the narcissist does. They want to accumulate, they want to hoard, and they never think anyone's going to figure out who they are, what they're doing. Well, that was advantage narcissist years ago. Right now, we, the people that were in the narcissistic relationship, we now more than ever are becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and we are realizing that we are the priority, that we come first, second, and third. And there's no room in our lives now or ever for toxicity, specifically at the hands of that narcissist you are considering or any other toxic parasite that may be lingering out there. But what the narcissist doesn't know that you know, think about this. Most of us were in relationships with people that we texted at one point or another. What do we know about texting? Well, we now know that the narcissist likes to play the texting games. We do not participate in those any longer because we've gotten the wisdom. However, until we deleted all evidence of the texting or texts of the narcissist, and for me, that was years ago. For you, maybe it's right now, or maybe you did it recently, or maybe you haven't done it yet. But the point is, you have the ability to go back in time and review those texts if you are strong enough and if you want to. And you can see what time they texted you, how they texted you. Were they short? Were they abrupt? Were they brief? Were they sending you a monologue? Was it a copy-paste template text? you can go back and look at those things and they will confirm and verify what you've acquired, the wisdom. They will verify or help you confirm what you already thought to be true and now you know to be true, which is that the narcissist never loved you. They never cared about you. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about the new supply. They don't care about their own kids or stepkids. They don't care about anybody, their coworkers, their colleagues, or anybody else. What they care about is living in people's minds rent-free. What they care about is having the loudest voice in the room. What they care about is taking whatever they can take from other people and making sure those other people don't get whatever they need or want or desire. You see, the narcissist is a conundrum. They are a black box. They're a black mirror. They are nothing but shapeshifters. And you may say, well, you've been saying that for quite a while. What is a shapeshifter exactly? Well, my definition of a shapeshifter is a person who slithers through life and they glom onto other people and they steal from other people and they forge people's names and they hide money in crypto and they divide that person from anything that matters to them. They isolate them and maybe they relocate that person 2,000-3,000 miles away and they blow up their support system and that person becomes subservient and reliant upon their abuser, which in this case is the narcissist, and then the narcissist takes whatever they can as they are gallivanting the globe. Maybe they're a business person, wink, wink, or maybe they're a traveling salesperson, wink, wink, or who knows who they are. But the other person's stuck in the house, isolated and trapped. You're looking at somebody right now, yes, me, who was that same way for quite a long period of time. While the narcissist was out there gallivanting the globe and lathering up other sources of supply, this is post-relationship. Well, they were doing that, you were healing. As you were healing, you were getting clear in your mind. The clearer your mind got, the stronger you got. Excuse me, the stronger you got, the weaker the narcissist got. The weaker they got, the more education you acquired. And this is what I'm referring to with the thumbnail. See, the things that the narcissist doesn't know you know, the education, the wisdom. The narcissist will never know this, and they shouldn't. And I'll stop even using that parasitical word for the rest of this video. What others don't know is that you've spent thousands of hours watching videos. And you may say, how did you know that? Well, because I know that you're healing and you need to watch videos to pick and choose what information you are going to use or utilize for the rest of your life. What the narcissist doesn't realize also is that you've been journaling, you've been meditating, you've been healing childhood wounds, you've been focusing on figuring out what happened not only with them and who they are and how they could do what they could do and how you never knew about it, but you're also focusing on your current relationships, maybe with your own kids, maybe with your immediate family members, your siblings, your colleagues, your roommates, the people you're in business with, or the people that you get the coffee from at the local coffee shop. You see, it starts with one person, and that person is who you're considering or were the narcissist in it. After you figure out who they are, you organically and naturally go down different rabbit holes of education and exploration, and that's why you are here on the channel getting the wisdom, because you have the craving for the knowledge. And remember, the narcissist is never going to be upfront or honest or tell you the truth about anything. They don't want to give people closure. They don't want people to figure out who they are, and they definitely don't want people to get wise and get the education. But that's what you've done. And as you get stronger, the narcissist will matter less and less to you. As they matter less and less to you, then you realize that relationship wasn't as bad as you thought it was much worse, which is why this is the relationship you need to heal from. Other things that this person doesn't know that you know, as you put two and two together on the healing path, you will get more and more light bulb moments, and you'll figure out why they didn't show up for Christmas that one year, or why they popped in for Thanksgiving for 20 minutes then disappeared, or why they told me they were stuck in traffic on Valentine's Day when I didn't see them for 3 days, or why they didn't celebrate my birthday, or where they were when I graduated, or where they were when I relocated. Here's one for you. When you moved. When you personally moved, because I'm sure you did, you either helped the narcissist, you moved them into your house, or you moved into their house, or you guys got a house together that of course you paid for, because the narcissist didn't pay for anything. But no matter how you move, think about something for a quick second. Did the narcissist actually help you move? They probably didn't. They probably claimed that they had an tennis elbow, or that they were stuck at work, or that they would be there at the very end because they couldn't quite make it for the first 99.99% of the work, or that they had other things to do, or that they were doing they had a business meeting, whatever it was. But what would happen? You would be doing all the moving, and the movers would be moving, and whoever else was helping you. And just when the last box that weighed about 2 ounces was getting ready to be taken off the moving truck and put into the house, who would show up? That's right, the narcissist would show up. And they would take that 2-ounce box and bring it into the house and act like, yep, I helped you out, I was here. Well, technically they were there. Technically they did help move, but that's not reality. What reality is, they intentionally burned you out through your energy and had you move them. See what I'm saying? This is what happens when you're in these relationships. The person who is targeted gives 99.999%. The other person, the narcissist, gives the illusion that they're giving all of that and more, but they're giving absolutely nothing. And whatever percent they're giving, let's say it's 1/10 of 1%, that's not even coming from them. It's coming from another supply source that they just stole from. See, the narcissist won't give anything without getting a mountain in return. The narcissist is always in competition. The narcissist is always keeping score, and they are always comparing fuel sources, supply sources. So this is why once you get the wisdom, you have to get away from these people. And this is why there are so many things post-relationship the narcissist will never know about you. The narcissist knew you inside and out when you were with them. They knew who you were. They knew your patterns, when you went to sleep, what you liked to eat, what you didn't like. They knew that if you would be late, you would call them. They knew that if they called you and hung up on you, that you would still call them back, because that invisible tether was still connected between you and them. They also knew what they were doing because they had done it not just with you, but with other people. Once that relationship ends, however it ends, discard or you ended it yourself, you're a whole different person. You're now isolated and trapped, and you have to put yourself back together. The narcissist doesn't do that. All they have to do is slither off onto another supply source and try to continue to bleed you out. Well, what they did is what they always do. They overplayed their hand. And yeah, did they leapfrog to a new supply source? Of course they did. Is that supply source doing what they need them to do? I can't tell you. And to be honest, I don't care. What I can tell you is they will never be able to replace you. They will never, ever be able to harness a beautiful, bright, shining light like the one that you possess. The narcissist took their best shots at you. They thought they knocked you down for the count. They never thought you would get the wisdom. They never thought you would heal. They didn't think you would put yourself back together, dust yourself off by the bootstraps and heal, but you've done that, or you're doing it. Any way you look at it, you're different than virtually anybody else on the planet. And the narcissist will be in disbelief, experiencing another monumental narcissistic injury when they wrap their head around the fact that you are not on their smartphone, that you blocked them, that you said adios, that you said no mas, that you said just stay away from me. That this is spiritually and energetically, I'm not talking verbally. Your actions speak louder than your words. And once you go no contact, they will get the message. And I'll tell you why. You won't be the first person who's ever blocked them. And you certainly won't be the last. The narcissist is accustomed to playing the blocking games. The narcissist needs control. And when someone is blocking them and unblocking, blocking and unblocking, these toxic parasites, yes, the narcissists, all they do is sit back in the motel room that they're staying in and they just laugh. They say, yep, another one. They're just not in control. They don't get it. I've got 15 people on the hook here that keep blocking me and unblocking me, blocking me and unblocking me, and every one of them is sending me money, or every one of them is giving me their attention. Every one of them is telling me how much they care about me. Everyone is telling me that they want to see me. Everyone is telling me that they want to be with me. Here's just another person. And all those 15 people, and now add that person, which perhaps was you, my hope is it wasn't, there's 16. So now I'm acting like the narcissist, and I'm not. Now I've got the pick of the litter. Who is going to be fortunate enough to be graced with my abusive tactics or techniques this evening? Oh, I think it'll be lucky number 7, wink, wink. And with number 7, who's that person? I can't tell you, but I can tell you is they're going to get off the shelf. They're going to get dusted off. They're going to go grab a shave, put on their best clothes, get ready to watch the narcissist perform, give them all the money that they have and all the time and attention, and think that the narcissist is back for good. After the weekend's over, what's going to happen? Number 7 will be put back up on the shelf, only there'll be more damage done to them. They won't know what hit them. The narcissist will now be looking through their Rolodex of abuse, figuring out who else they can steal from, and oh, lo and behold, on a dating app, I've got 2 more hits. There's 2 new people that I can start abusing or grooming or tricking and trapping. Now I'm up to, 18 or 19 people I've got on the hook. See, this is what the narcissist does. You thought it was just you. It wasn't just you. Even if you married the narcissist, you thought it was just you. It wasn't just you. The narcissist was playing multiple people at any one time, and most of those people will never figure it out, which is why once you get the wisdom, you have to apply the tools. And you need to ask yourself one question, then I'm going to close this video. Why did you spend all that time journaling, meditating, talking with a therapist, healing childhood wounds, watching videos, reading, etc., to get the wisdom and not apply the tools? Why did you do it? Well, the answer is because you know what to do. You just haven't hit the block button yet, perhaps. Or maybe you have. Any way you cut it, you were investing in yourself post-relationship. When you were with the narcissist, you were investing in them. When they go away, you have to invest in yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. And that is a learning curve, and that's a whole different video. But as you're working on yourself and healing, you are getting stronger. Eventually, you will block them. If you haven't, you really should, because these people will rear their ugly head at a moment's notice if your name crosses their mind and they deem that they can still get something from you. Don't tempt fate. Do your part. Go no contact. Block them today, if not now, when. So these are just some of the things that the narcissist doesn't know you know. They will never know that you know about their vices. They will never know that you know about the secret haunts that they used to go to. They will never know that you know about the strange relationships with people that you thought perhaps were just platonic relationships that you know about. They will never know about all the pictures that you reviewed post-relationship and you saw how they weren't wearing their wedding ring, or how they were giving other people a smirk, or how they were standing a little bit too close to your best friend, or how they were mocking religious decorations in the background. I hope you follow that part. You see, it's amazing what you see when you're out of the relationship and you look backwards. And each and every one of us have done that until we don't need to do it any longer. And I'm living proof of that. Because what you do post-relationship is you have to wear many hats. You become a detective, you become an accountant, you become a forensic accountant, you become your own therapist to a degree, you become your own teacher in your own educational system. You have to wear about 30 different hats. Truth be told, you probably wear more than that. But again, eventually those hats all get removed and you have one thing, which is called wisdom. And this wisdom is a superpower. And it's a superpower on steroids once you wrap your head around the fact that very few people will ever know what you know. Now, did you want to learn what you learned? No. Did I want to learn it? No, but we did. We can't change the past. We can't predict the future. We need to take the lifelong learning lessons from the past and live in the present moment and do the best we can to help and support those loved and trusted ones around us. And there are literally hundreds of thousands of things the narcissist will never know that you know about them now. Things that they thought that they had hidden from you. Things that they thought you would never figure out, but you've done it. And I've done way more than that, believe me. These people don't change. I'm talking about the narcissist. They only deteriorate, they only get worse. You need to get as far away from them as fast as you possibly can. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And understand a couple things. One, the narcissist hid so many things from you from the minute they met you until probably right now. Many of those things, or most of them, you won't know. But post-relationship, as you did the deep dive on yourself and learned about what narcissism is, I can assure you, you've had hundreds, maybe even thousands of light bulb moments. You put more and more together, more pieces of the puzzle together. These are the things I'm referring to that the narcissist will never know that you know. That's not even counting understanding what gaslighting is, what the silent treatment is, what a rage fit is, and more and more. And now you can read energy the way I can, at least that's my hope. And now you trust your instincts, your intuition, you pay attention to red flags, and you give huge virtual hugs to green flags, because you are now in the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. And when you get there, you stay there. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.